The new grab-and-go breakfast program is different from the existing school breakfast program. Food's laid out right in the hallway, and kids grab their meals and eat when they get to the homeroom. It's proving to be an effective way to get morning nutrition into the mouths of more school kids. I talked about the program with researcher Martha Conklin, who is with Penn State's School of Hospitality.
Well, grab and go is where you take the food to the student rather than asking the student to come in the cafeteria.
And why would you do that?
Well, it's just like adults, you know, we go by coffee places or we go into a hotel, and instead of going into the dining room, we go to the little stand and grab something to go and go on our way. Students are the same way. And so we want them to eat breakfast.
Are they not eating breakfast? Is that the issue at hand?
It certainly is, and it was particularly the issue at Mount Nittany Middle School here at State College. Just not enough students were, what we felt, were eating breakfast. And you know, there's a saying, if you get in the car or you get on the bus and there's no gasoline, what do?
Right.
You don't go very far. So students need fuel too, so we're interested in that they eat breakfast.
Is there a correlation between their performance in school and whether or not they have eaten breakfast that you've seen?
Yes, yes. The studies have shown that they perform better on tests, which is one of the reasons why schools are very interested in students eating breakfast before test day. They also make fewer trips to the school nurse. They tend to be absent less, and it just like you and I, they need that energy to start the day. And
it's a contributing factor to a subject that we talk about here a lot on Pennsylvania Inside Out, childhood obesity,
yes,
if I understand correctly, because they make poor food choices for the rest of the day. So you're giving them some healthful options, and you have brought some of these healthful options with you. And what is it that they can choose from in the grab-and-go program?
Well, our interest is that they would choose basically from 3 groups. One is the fruit. So they could have 100% juice, or this apple and or an orange. The other would be a breakfast entree, which would be this is an example of a muffin, a bagel, cereal, and then of course milk. And this whole meal, one choice from each one of those, is $1.50.
And you bring up my next point, and that is this is adding yet another thing to a school district. What did it do to them economically?
It didn't affect it that much. Megan Shaper, who's the food service director here at State College, made sure that these prices were reasonable prices to recover costs. But of course, you know, a school system isn't trying to make a profit. We're just trying to recover costs. And there are some students who are economically disadvantaged who the government will reimburse for the cost of that full meal.
Yeah, and there is a little balance there. The school breakfast program, for the economically disadvantaged students, they are sort of sequestered away so that they cannot be viewed and judged. How do you put the school breakfast program in conjunction with the grab-and-go program?
Okay. The school runs a debit system with a debit card. When you go through the line, other students don't know whether this card is, the money that's placed there is essentially placed by the government or by the parents. So everyone has the card, the students go through the line, and the accounting is taken care of through a computer program and that kind of thing. So it's supposed to be seamless and not noticeable for the students.
You know, it's very easy for those of us to sit here on this set and talk about food and so forth, and it sounds like a good idea. What did the kids think about it?
They liked it. They liked it a lot. And what happened is this program, the interesting thing about it is that we had the data to show that it worked. Other schools have instituted programs like this, but they just didn't happen to have the baseline data and to look at it and see if there was a significant increase in the students that used the program. We significantly increased the students who paid the full price and those students who also were receiving a free lunch. So one of the things we had pointed out is that maybe the fact that they don't have to go to the those who receive a free lunch don't have to go to the cafeteria might have, and they were just with everybody else that grabs this. They grab one of each, they still have a choice, they put it in a bag, and they go off to their homeroom. Okay. And so that here again, the anonymity of doing that with everybody else not having to go in the cafeteria to get that free breakfast seemed to increase the count of students that were economically disadvantaged also.
Were they eating in the homeroom?
Before or
after, in the grab and go?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And one of the things we did is we worked with the school system and involved the administrator, the teachers, the custodian in this whole process before we started it. And we said, okay, this is a school-wide effort. We realize that bringing something like this into the classroom is going to create some additional trash and possible mess. I know the teachers were a little bit concerned about that, but it didn't happen. And the custodian made sure that there were extra trash bags, and you know, they're very much in favor of the program, and they have instituted it and kept it going past this research that we did.
Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
A copy of the program you've just seen can be purchased through Penn State Media Sales at mediasales.psu.edu or by calling 800-770-2111.